Teaching for Success is a Canadian-based online business that targets teaching staff, administrators, and teacher candidates. That is, teachers who are, people who are training to become teachers. We provide highly effective teaching strategies through professional development workshops online. And these are not one size fits all, but they're tailored to the strengths and needs of our individual schools.
Allow me share whatever I've learned in the workshop. What we call to be success criteria goal is actually what you want your learners to learn in class. As a teacher, before you go to teach, you should really be prepared and you should know what you want to present to your learners. Those goals should be specific. They should be clear, time-bound, such that if you are going to teach something, you don't need to bring many stories.
With respect to goals, he talked about goals and success criteria. Before you start teaching a lesson, you need to let your students know what is it that they're learning. What is success criteria? You need to write on your board what steps do the students have to take in order to meet that goal. How does a student know that they've met the goal that has been set for that lesson?
Before you start teaching, you must know your children. And how do you know them? You must ask them what happened. When they have come from home, you ask them, what is your name? How was your weekend? Did you have enough supper? Did you have enough breakfast? You will get different answers. Somebody will put up the hand and say, teacher, for me, I did not take breakfast. And you have to take note of that, because that child will not be able to learn with the other ones who don't have what? Who have taken breakfast. So you take note of that, such that you vary your lesson according to how you have known them.
We don't just know our students because of their academics, we get to know them personally. All right? There's so many things that affect students' learning. If students haven't eaten enough breakfast, their learning will be impacted. If students may be from a family where there's so much drama going on, it impacts their learning. If there's poverty in a home, it impacts students' learning. So it's important that we get to know our students so that we can support them emotionally, okay? And make sure that they're doing well and feeling happy, not just scoring high grades.
So when a child has got 5 out of 5 and you have written excellent, that cannot help the child to improve. At least you have to appreciate an error which you see this child has really done it in a way that has motivated you as a teacher. For example, maybe a child has shown all the working and he was really very organized. You can tell this child, I've liked the way you arrive at your answer. You can just give a general comment instead of saying excellent work. Now, if you say excellent work, what will this child maintain?
Why don't I put A+, B+, C+, 22%, 50%, 75% after a quiz? Why is it important not to put those things on? Because if I've got 80% and I see that, okay, great, I've done well, I've got an A, so what? And then what? Someone who gets that A will not be motivated to improve. They'll think, I know it, I'm smart, I get it, and that will be the end. They will not aspire to do even more and to do better than they're doing. Someone who is consistently getting C's and D's and bad grades is going to get totally discouraged. and they're just going to give up. Okay? So what do I do as a teacher? For every question, that's why you don't give your students 100 questions of the same thing. Okay? Just give them what is going to show you that they're actually learning. Is for every question, I write down as descriptive feedback what the student has done well.
That this idea of motivation has sunk deep in our management practices as Trinity. We have learned that motivation is the cheapest thing to uphold, but the returns are in amazing millions. We have really experienced that. Among the forms of motivation she took us through, actually there was nowhere money was mentioned. That you should give people money to motivate them.
So professional development looks like exactly what I've said. Seminars, conferences, observations, collaboration, instruction in workshops, individual research, reading about different strategies of teaching individually by yourself, okay, or observing other teachers. We've talked about that. What does it sound like? It sounds like not just someone standing in front of a class and doing all the talking. It sounds like sharing ideas, different things we can do to make lessons more engaging. We're not always going to have to wait upon government and different people to make things the way we want them to. This is the same all over the world. Even in Canada, it's the same thing. We're complaining. All teachers are complaining around the world, but we have to take it upon ourselves to be creative and figure out ways, brainstorm together, collaborate, and figure out ways that we can make our lessons more engaging for our students.
I believe that with your development workshop, the learning models and leave no child behind policy, the students, we shall be able to harness the students' energies, we shall be able to harness their creativity, their curiosity, and build an all-round student that will be beneficial to our city, to our country of Uganda.